Welcome to the TripNavigo channel. Today we're taking you to Bielsko-Biała, a city often referred to as the Little Vienna because of its unique architecture and rich history. Is it worth visiting? Stay with us until the end of the video and see for yourself. We'll show you the most interesting places, charming corners, and attractions that make this city truly exceptional. If you enjoy discovering lesser-known places in Poland, subscribe to our TripNavigo channel and click the bell so you don't miss any of our future travel inspirations. Leave a comment if you've been to Bielsko-Biała or are planning a visit. We'd love to hear about your impressions. The history of Bielsko-Biała is especially intriguing because it's actually two cities in one, merged only in the 20th century. Bielsko was founded in the 13th century as a settlement on the trade route from Krakow to Bohemia. It was likely established by the Piast Dukes of Kiesin and quickly developed as an important center of craft and trade. On the other side of the Biała River, in the 18th century, a new city called Biała emerged, more Galician in character, founded during the time when this region belonged to Austria. When Poland disappeared from the map of Europe, Bielsko was located within Austrian Silesia, while Biała was part of Galicia, also under Austrian rule. After World War I in 1919, Biała was incorporated into the reborn Polish state, while Bielsko officially became part of Poland only in 1922 after a plebiscite and a turbulent political period. It wasn't until 1951 that the two cities were officially merged into today's Bielsko-Biała, a unique city with two souls and a fascinating past. Today, Bielsko-Biała is home to around 160,000 people, making it one of the largest cities in southern Poland. It's a dynamic city that combines the charm of a historic center with modern infrastructure and proximity to the mountains, making it attractive both for living and visiting. We begin our tour of Bielsko-Biała in Biała, the slightly younger part of the city that still retains its Galician character. We enter 11 Listopada Street. After a few steps, we're greeted by Reksio. Yes, right here stands the statue of Reksio, the beloved cartoon dog created in Bielsko-Biała by the animated film studio. As we continue along the pedestrian street, we reach Wojska Polskiego, the former market square of Biała. This is where you can really feel the spirit of old Galicia, the peaceful bourgeois world of the turn of the century. Biała was originally an agricultural settlement, but gained town rights in the 18th century when the region was part of the Habsburg monarchy. Separated from Bielsko by the Biała River, it developed independently as part of Galicia, a province of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. From that era come the elegant townhouses in Art Nouveau and neoclassical styles that still adorn the streets of this district. From Wojska Polskiego, we head toward one of the most recognizable townhouses in Bielsko-Biała, the famous House Under the Frogs. It immediately catches your eye with its Art Nouveau facade, but what makes it truly unique are the frogs. These quirky figures are placed by the entrance and on one of the building's facades. Dressed in tuxedos, holding instruments, pipes, and glasses of wine, they look like performing artists. And that was exactly the architect's intention. The building was constructed at the beginning of the 20th century and was designed to surprise and amuse. The frogs were meant not only to decorate, but also to attract attention and give the place a unique, humorous character. It's one of the most photogenic spots in the city center, impossible to walk past without stopping. Right next to the House Under the Frogs stands another important landmark, the Evangelical Augsburg Church of Martin Luther. This church, built in the neo-Romanesque style at the end of the 19th century, features a distinctive tower and light-colored facade. For many years, it served as the spiritual center of the large Lutheran community, which had a significant influence on the city's development, especially during the industrial era. We move on to Wolności, one of the key points in the downtown area of Bielsko-Biała. Wolności is full of elegance and pre-war charm. It's surrounded by beautiful, grand townhouses from the turn of the 19th and 20th centuries. Here you can see influences of Art Nouveau, Neo-Renaissance, and Modernism. Many of these buildings once housed banks, trading companies, and wealthy industrialists who built the industrial strength of Bielsko. The square has been revitalized in recent years, and now invites both locals and visitors to stroll, relax, and admire the architecture. It's also a great place to feel the rhythm of the modern city, where history meets everyday life. We now stop by one of the most important buildings in Bielsko-Biała, the Town Hall, which now houses the City Hall offices. Located at Plac Ratuzawi, this impressive structure was built in the second half of the 19th century when Biała was still an independent city. Construction was completed in 1897, and the building was designed by Viennese architect Emanuel Rost in the eclectic style, with strong neo-Renaissance elements. It features a tall four-story tower and an elegant facade richly decorated with sculptural details. It's one of the most representative town halls in the entire region. Today, after the merger of Bielsko and Biała, it serves as the office of the mayor of Bielsko-Biała and the city administration. It's a perfect example of late 19th century urban architecture and a must-see for anyone interested in the legacy of old Galicia. Let's now look from above. We're flying over Plac Ratusowi in Bielsko-Biała. Here, in full view, is the town hall, one of the most beautiful buildings of its kind in southern Poland. From this aerial perspective, you can admire its neo-Renaissance architecture, the tall clock tower, ornate facades, and symmetrical layout. The town hall is surrounded by elegant townhouses that form a grand urban square, clearly showing that this was once the heart of Biała as an independent city. In the background, you can see the city's panorama, rooftops, green hills, and on clear days, even the Beskids Mountains, reminding us that Bielsko-Biała is also a gateway to the mountains. From above, you can also see Plac Wolności, an elegant urban space framed by historic townhouses. This is the heart of downtown Bielsko-Biała, where the past meets the city's modern rhythm. Bielsko-Biała is a city with soul, located at the foot of the Beskids Mountains, known for its beautiful architecture, industrial heritage, and animation. This is where one of the oldest car factories in Poland operated, the former Fiat plant, where for decades iconic models like the Maluch and Cinquecento were produced. The city is also famous for its animated film studio, where beloved cartoons were created. The Abduction of Balthazar Sponge, featuring the Wawel Dragon, The Strange Adventures of Koziołek Matołek, and Pompolini the Animal Hunter. Do you remember the spy from the Rainy Country? He was created right here too. Just a moment ago, on Plac Wolności, we passed statues of these characters, a tribute from the city to its animated legacy. Now we cross the former border and enter the territory of Old Bielsko, a city with a long history and a distinct Silesian character. We arrive at Bolesław Chrobry Square, a grand open square surrounded by prominent buildings. Here, trade, history, and culture all intersect. In the center stands a characteristic fountain, and in the background, you can see one of the city's most important monuments, the Sułkowski Castle. The castle is the oldest historical building in the city. Its origins go back to the 14th century. It started as a fortress and was gradually transformed into a stately residence. In the 18th century, it became the property of the Sułkowski princes, who made it their family seat. This noble family had a tremendous impact on the city's development and prestige. Today, the castle houses the Historical Museum, where you can explore palace interiors, an armory, and interesting temporary exhibitions. We've arrived at the Old Town Square, the heart of the historic Bielsko, which has preserved its medieval urban layout. This is where the city's story began. The city of Bielsko was founded in the 13th century, most likely by the Piast Dukes of Silesia. Located on an important trade route between Krakow and Bohemia, it developed rapidly as a center for craftsmanship and commerce. The square was laid out as the central point of the chartered city, following the principles of Magdeburg law. It is surrounded by historic townhouses, the oldest of which date back to the 16th century, though most took on their current appearance in the 19th century. Many were once owned by wealthy merchants and craftsmen. At the center of the square is a well with a statue of St. John of Nepomuk. the patron saint of bridges and good confessions. It's one of the most atmospheric places in Bielsko-Biała, perfect for a walk in the shadow of history. From its very beginnings in the 13th century, Bielsko developed as a major center of craft, especially cloth making. Some of the best fabrics in the region were produced here, attracting merchants from across Europe. Over the centuries, Bielsko became part of the Kingdom of Bohemia and later the Habsburg monarchy, adopting many traits of a Galician imperial city. German, Czech, and Polish were spoken here, and the residents represented various religions and nationalities. Thanks to this, Bielsko was cosmopolitan, modern, and open to the world. No wonder it was called Little Vienna, with its Art Nouveau architecture, theater, industry, and vibrant culture, giving it a leading role in the region. We now head to one of the most important religious buildings in Bielsko-Biała, the Cathedral of St. Nicholas, located near the Old Town Square. The first church at this site existed already in the 14th century, but the current cathedral was built in the 1880s, specifically in 1891, on the site of the earlier Gothic church. The cathedral was designed in the neo-Gothic style, with a characteristic tall clock tower rising above the area. Take note of the pointed arch windows, soaring vaults, and architectural details reminiscent of the Middle Ages, all of which give the cathedral a monumental appearance. The interior is equally impressive, with beautiful stained glass windows, a neo-Gothic main altar, and richly decorated chapels. Although it appears ancient, the church's current design is a result of reconstruction during the Austrian Empire period. Today, it serves as the main church of the Bielsko-Żywiec diocese and hosts many important religious celebrations. Let's take to the skies once more. From above, you can see the beautifully situated Cathedral of St. Nicholas, towering over the rooftops of the Old Town. Its tall clock tower is a prominent feature of Bielsko-Biała's skyline. Right next to it, you can spot the Market Square, small but full of charm, with historic townhouses and cobblestone streets. This is where the city's story began, and today it's the perfect place for a stroll through the past. From this perspective, Bielsko-Biała impresses. You can see how harmoniously it combines history with modernity. The drone view offers a stunning panorama. In the background, you can see the Beskids Mountains, specifically the Silesian Beskids and Little Beskids. Bielsko-Biała lies right at their foot, giving the city a unique character, blending urban life with closeness to nature. The city is located in the south of the Silesian Voivodeship, right on the border with Lesser Poland, which has had a significant influence on its history and culture. For centuries, Bielsko was part of Austrian Silesia, while Biała belonged to Galicia, resulting in a fascinating blend of Silesian, Galician, and Austrian influences visible in the architecture, language, and customs. This multicultural character and borderland location allowed Bielsko-Biała to flourish as a modern, cosmopolitan city with strong craft and industrial traditions. And the nearby mountains add charm and attract tourists all year round. Bielsko-Biała is a city with an exceptionally rich and diverse history, full of fascinating stories and people who left their mark on Polish heritage. This is where General Józef Haller was born, a hero of Poland's fight for independence. The city is also associated with Julian Fałat, a renowned painter and rector of the Kraków Academy of Fine Arts. His villa in Bystra, just outside the city, is now a museum open to visitors. Bielsko was also the birthplace of Karol Kosak, a draftsman and painter from the famous Kosak family, known for his illustrations and battle scenes. The city is also famous for its cartoon tradition. The animated film studio here produced classics like Reksio, Bolek, and Lolek, The Wawel Dragon, Balthazar Sponge, and The Unforgettable Spy from the Rainy Country. You can find statues of these characters on the streets, a beautiful nod to childhood imagination and animation culture. But Bielsko-Biała is not only about art, it's also a city of industry. For years, it was known as the Silesian Manchester, famous for producing textiles, cloth, and hats. In the 20th century, it became a center of the automotive industry. This is where the iconic Fiat 126P, known as the Maluk, was produced. It's a place where tradition meets innovation, where every street tells its own story. Stay with us until the end of the video to see even more interesting places in Bielsko-Biała. The surroundings of Bielsko-Biała are a treasure trove of attractions for nature lovers and culture enthusiasts alike. Just minutes from the city, the Beskid Mountains begin, perfect for hiking, biking, and skiing in winter. You can take the gondola to Sinzielnia, enjoy panoramic views from Dębowiec, or, if you're more experienced, hike up Klimczok, Błotnia, or Magórka. Nearby is also Lake Żywiecki, a great spot for lakeside relaxation, sailing, and scenic walks. If you're looking for culture, visit nearby Żywiec with its beautiful town square, the Habsburg Castle, and the famous Żywiec Brewery Museum. A bit farther is Kęty, a town with an interesting past, and Bystra, home of Julian Fałat's museum villa. It's also worth heading to Szczyrk, a popular mountain town bustling with life in summer and winter, with numerous trails, ski lifts, and tourist attractions. Bielsko-Biała and its surroundings are the perfect destination for a short getaway or a longer vacation, any time of the year. To end our journey, we stop in a very special place, the Evangelical district, which played an important role in the city's history. Here you'll find the Evangelical Augsburg parish in Bielsko, one of the oldest and most important Protestant communities in the region. Its center is the beautiful neo-Romanesque church of Martin Luther, which we saw earlier next to the house under the frogs. Nearby stands the statue of Martin Luther, the reformer who had a major impact on the history of Christianity and the identity of many residents of Old Bielsko. This monument reminds us that before the war, Bielsko had a strong German-speaking Protestant community that helped shape its culture, industry, and growth. Walking through this district, you can feel the spirit of Old Bielsko, open, diverse, and respectful of many traditions. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Bielsko-Biała. Subscribe to the TripNavigo channel and visit our website. You'll find more guides, fun facts, and ideas for your next adventure in Poland and across Europe. See you on the next trip.